Hi folks, Rick here. Welcome to my channel. Alright, just got done racing the Crossroads Raper Family Farms race. Weather was perfect, but it was dry. I don't think we've got any rain here in a while, and this race would turn into a dust bowl. Just not much you can do when that happens. It was just super dusty to camp. The start, you couldn't really even see the first turn from the starting line, let alone getting in the woods. A lot of the woods you couldn't see anything either, and it just was so dry. Even if there wasn't dust, the ground was just kind of crumbling underneath you. Very rough, very tight. Very, very difficult day. Hopefully the video turns out. It's so darn dusty, you couldn't even see anything there. So anyway, that's how the race went. On my way back, blowing snot for a week after all this stuff. So anyway, enjoy the video. Take care. Alright, let the shit show begin. It is going to be an absolute dusty one today. So probably not going to be a good race, but we'll do what we can. Stay safe, stay out of this damn dust. Alright folks, so I thought I would try narrating this one a little bit. I don't like talking a whole lot, so we'll see how this goes, but this is going to be a pretty short video. It is so dusty, it is just terrible. So I'm going to just kind of ease out of this start. You can't even see the first corner here. So John Bruzzi on my left gets an awesome start. He would end up going for winning the class, but you can just see here, it is just terrible. And this is with the GoPro. The GoPro makes things so much more nicer. It's got a lot better video than you do, but it's just terrible here. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't get crashed into, and I really can't see even where the track is at. So right here, kind of making a guess. Thank God I hit it. Right here, I thought we were going to the left, so I'm kind of looking over there a little bit. But we end up going straight, and then down here we go to the left. But this is pretty much the name of the game to the whole thing here. It's unfortunate there. It gets really dusty, but the ground is also just falling apart. So a lot of it looks really smooth, but there's 4 to 6 inches of just powder, and underneath that is just potholes, roots, rocks, and it just is a killer. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right here. This is just a real rough section. It's hard to even tell what you're going over. It's so deep on some of these areas there, and it's just dusty. There's just like a fog through everything. So going through here, this is a real off-camber section, really rough. The dust does ease up after a while, but it stays like this for 3/4 of the race, and at the very end, it really comes back. So here again, it's a kind of an open area. I just can't even see where to go. Alright, this is another really rough, powdery section coming up here.
Crap, it is rough.
You can't really see. Can't really see what's going on here, but it's just beating you to death. Now I've got one of the younger classes coming up behind me here, so letting some of these folks go. I'm not racing this thing for points whatsoever, just out here to have fun. Clearly I'm not having fun, so that's kind of how this race goes. It's just just trying to make a lap and get to the end of this thing here. So I think I've got 2 classes, I think. 2 or 3 classes behind me. I don't really remember how many. We started off on the 8th row. I don't remember how many rows there are, but let some of these guys get ahead here. I think I've got one more big group coming. But yeah, it's hard to even figure out which direction you're going, and then it's just every time you turn around, it's just jerking. You're hitting something. It's terrible. It's pretty tight track. I've raced this one in the past. It's pretty fun, but it is just destroyed today. This is Sunday. The bikes race Saturday. You know, apparently, I don't see a lot of bike tracks, but they've obviously chewed this thing up quite a bit in the dust. Get into a little bit of open section. We do got some wind, and if you get it right, it blows it away. So this is a kind of a nice section here, but this is all just humps. You just can't get any speed going on it. Now back in the dust. Oh, I gotta love that. Again, just right there, I didn't even know which way I was supposed to be going. You can see here everything, it looks like it's really bright light. Everything is just white. The trees are white, the trailers are white on the air. I'm sure my goggles are covered. This is what really makes it tough, because the whole time you're trying to navigate over this stuff, you're just running over rocks and logs and roots underneath it there. It's just, it was really terrible. I'm looking back there. I can't tell if there's anybody back there or not. Here comes one guy. Let this guy go. Yeah, just, you listen close, you hear me moaning and groaning there. I'm just getting beat to death on, I don't know what it is I'm hitting, but I'm hitting it. So right here, here's a big group of guys just gonna hang out here, get them on video, and let them go.
Let all these guys go, it's just ridiculous.
Alright, doing a last check there, make sure it's clear, because you can't tell if people are coming or not. There's one guy that didn't make it. Yeah, it's just, this is, after all those guys went through, it's so darn dusty in here. It is really, really difficult to see anything. So these sections right here, again, don't look bad, but there is just nothing. You go into those little ravines, and my front bumper's hitting the other side. You know, one good thing with this Raptor, this section here, it is really off camber. I gotta point that out. It's just, these sections just kill my back, but with this Raptor, it's got so much torque. You just hear me idling the whole time. I got this thing, I don't know whether I'm in second or third gear, a lot of this stuff here, but you don't have to do it. You can just take it easy. You get just unbelievable traction doing it that way. You do stall it occasionally because I'm so far up in the gears, but it's one of the advantages. But this section here I'm working down, it's off camber. It's leaning to the right, this particular section here. Just trying to get down and get through it. so much dust everywhere on the ground and powdery. It's difficult to see where the actual route is at times. There's people are trying to go all sorts of different routes, and it really makes it tough. They did a really good job at flagging though, which was really helpful.
Close to 6 hours to do this shit.
Yeah, I was pretty much complaining by this time. I don't know if you can hear on the regular audio. A lot of cussing and swearing. Yeah, so this kind of starts the coughing and choking for me. I've about inhaled enough of this stuff. But real off-camber section right here again. Really rough. Just trying to, again, as you do, just trying to get through it.
Holy crap.
So here's a guy here that's stuck on something that looks really easy. I don't have any problem other than I hit neutral right here, but you watch off to the right, another person comes along and gets stuck right there with them. It's hard to see there. I'll wait and let them go. They never did make it out of there, but it's just deep. It looks like it's easy. It looks like it's flat, but there's massive holes underneath there, and you just hit that stuff and stop. Sure, that's what they got hung up on. You never really know what's underneath that dirt. A little uphill section right there. Wasn't too bad, a little rough. Took my time, got up, but now I'm heading back down. Really off-camber turn here. This whole section's pretty off-camber. You can actually sell it quite a bit. And you can kind of just see the haze is still out there. It's kind of idled over that hill. So it's, again, it really gets some good traction with this thing there, but makes it feel like I'm going slower than I am. I'm going pretty slow, but just idling all the time. And it really makes it look worse. This is a little tight section, not too bad. The ground here it's still falling apart. I think it's got a lot of sand in it. But it's not quite as dusty. It's nice. Take that. Tight spot right here. Must have been a new part of the section or something like that. Alright, a little fresh air. You can look off to the right there. It's just a dust bowl. This whole section right here again, watch my hand grips here. I mean, they're just vibrating here. It's just jarring my teeth out. It's just like, again, it looks pretty smooth, but it's just potholes.
Man, look at this thing.
Look at it out there.
It's dust here, a son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's just all powder, and it's just like powder, hard dirt, powder, hard dirt. It's just beat you to death. Another real tight section right here. Kind of see like a lot of this section right here, it's really bright and really dark. That's what it's like for me the whole race. You just can't see, and this is with the GoPro. They got really good video. This right here is just you see the ground's a little bit darker here. It gets a lot of sandy. It's really rocky, a little rough, but it's not as bad. Here back in the powder again. These little hills like this. Oh, I gotta stop. This is a terrible section. This is way off. I tried going to the right, but everything wants to go right in that damn tree, so it's really sideways right here. Doing my best to hang off, but everything's just wanting to drag you off to the left there. But a lot of these hills, like that last one, another one will be coming up here. They look pretty straightforward, but again, super deep powder, and they've got massive holes at the top. You gotta just stand on the pegs, lean over the handlebars, because if you're going up those things and you hit one of those holes, the front end's going to come up on you there. And so, but got to be a little bit prepared for those ones. I didn't have any issues there. I just, again, I stood up on the pegs, leaned forward, and just went up them, and didn't have any issues there. They're really not huge hills. They're just tricky on some of these ones. So here we're coming up on the Pro Hill. I don't take the Pro Hill. I couldn't even really see the Pro Hill when I was looking at it. When I got up to a step, everyone was flagging me off to the left. I don't know if they just assumed that I didn't want to go up it, but they were thankfully flagging me on the bypass. And as it turned out, the bypass, I think, was the best part of the whole track. This is my favorite part, was this bypass. Most of it. At the top of this bypass, it got really nasty. It kind of caught me off guard, but it was okay. This thing was supposed to be like 10 or 15 seconds. I think it was more like 30.
Well, the go around so far has been the best part of the whole track.
Yeah, right here it gets really, really nasty, and I just don't see it. I don't know if I didn't see that X right there. I see it now. But this here is just a quick turn and a drop off to the left. It's off camber. Obviously kind of fresh cut right here, so I'm just trying to get through this section. It's a little bit surprising. Wasn't prepared for it. Alright, so I got through that section. Now I'm back on the track. This guy in front of me looked like got stuck. Thankfully got out of the hill. This is the bad section. This is one of these ones here you got to stand up and just... Again, I like just staying consistent on the gas so you don't spin and get stuck. Here, another, again, a tight section, a little bit off camber to the right this time. Not too bad, it just gets really rough. I'm just, again, staying constant on the gas, trying to keep from spinning. On off camber, if I spin there, my rear end types to go out. It just sometimes throws my back out, and I gotta pull off when that happens, but no issues this time. Just trying to make it through this race. Just not really having a good day at all. Drove like 6 hours to get here. I think it took me on the way home. It was pushing 7 something hours. The traffic was just horrendous. My whole truck, trailer, inside out, bike, generator, everything's just got like an inch of dirt on it. So right here, I've got a pro coming up behind me. I've been hearing him off in the woods a little bit.
Got the pro class coming up on me already.
Thought they were right behind me, but I think we're just zigzagging enough there where they're getting close. But the first guy will come up around me here pretty quick. This guy was going pretty fast. I'm assuming it's one of the pros. He just whizzed by me. There hasn't been anybody that's passed me so far, unless it was somebody that was stuck in the woods behind me. I don't really know. I don't recognize anybody, but it seems to go by pretty fast. I'm assuming it's a pro class. Then just right as I get toward the end of the lap, a couple other guys come around me, so I'm assuming that's the front of the pro class. It's nice getting lapped on your first lap. It's a real rough section. It was in that thing there. Again, real off camber section, just rough. Here we're heading to a steep ditch here. You can see people plowing on the other side of it. So now I got this guy behind me, and there's nothing I can do right here. He's patient, but I just can't pull over. There's nowhere here to pull off. But I'll keep looking for a section here. As soon as I can here, I kind of wave him around. I thought there was a bunch of them, but there's just him. Now we're back on it. Pretty tight section right here. Alright. We're going to come up out of this stuff here. Here's one of these hills here again. You just got to stand up on these things. Little bike just hangs in there though. Yes, I think should be coming out of the woods here really quick. So. A little difficulty seeing there which way I was going at that particular point. We're back into a little bit darker dirt. Alright, so this gets us out on a flat spot here. I thought about halfway down this bale coming up to the right, I thought we had a turn up there. I started seeing some flagging. Then we get here, there really wasn't anything. So, kept going straight and probably could have ripped on here. I like going fast, but just kind of done with by this time. So this section right here is just, you look at a lot of these people's vehicles on your left, but this is, you know, it's just all patter. Kind of watch my bike go side to side. I got the rear end sneaking around on me. Someone flagging me here. I'm not sure really what I'm looking at other than the flagging's down. There's a person stuck here. I can see him, which is nice, but here comes another person. Gives me a wide berth. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, you just can't see. So I've got a guy coming up here. It's gonna come out and cheer me on a little bit. Be up on this next spot here. I gotta go around this next section, but it's just terrible. I'm camped like straight ahead there. I'm just trying to find some spot where I could get some traction and not kick up a bunch of dust. Here comes this guy. Yay! So that is pretty much a lap on this terrible track. Again, this is normally a really good track, but it just, no rain in a while, and it just fell apart. You're just, again, 1 foot of hard pack and 1 foot of 10-inch deep dirt, and it's just rough as nails. So this poor guy is having to breathe this whole stuff in. You couldn't even see him. So that's it. Take care. Hope you enjoyed my commentary.